Hello, everybody. Surprise! I'm stepping out raw, real, and hope is to keep some of you as friends as I share my story. And we'll see how this goes. I have a friend that I was talking to this morning, and she just really encouraged me to step out. Like I've been being this nudge, and I need to, and here I go. But nobody is on here. Nobody knew I was coming on. Okay, so hi, Eyes to See Ministries. I'm stepping out. I'm going to see where this goes. It's something that God's been putting on my heart. If you're not a person of faith, I believe this still is going to speak to you. I have tissues because let's hope. Crew for life. Hey, hi. Hi, she moved mountains. Okay, so I was going to try to make a video on how I came up with the name She Moved Mountains. I'm sorry, that's my daughter. She's here with me. Grandma's so happy, SEW. And I love to sew, but it's more than that. The story of how God pushed me to YouTube, how He's pushed me and changed me in life has a lot. So bear with me as my props. I'm going to try to go along in this and see how it goes. So here would be my heart. And I'm going to share a story of where we came from, how far I've come in different things. So here's my heart. We all have a heart. And our hearts are all amazing. And I accepted the Lord when I was young. And so He's always had my heart. But different things in my life affected this heart. And my heart kind of got crumbled and hurt. And so bear with me, because here I go. Broken marriage. I was married for 11 years. And my husband got involved with somebody else many, many years ago. And so I was left with 3 little boys. And so I kept trugging along. Yep, I'm going to do it. Then I was a single mom for a while and was working. I'd worked out of the house. And so I guess I'm going to go back. The reason why sometimes I'm so passionate, people will say, why are you so passionate? Like, what's all behind it? And that's what I'm kind of trying to share. So I worked in the home. Then I had to go work out of the home. And I did that for a while. Then I met somebody and got married again. And believe me, I'm one that wanted to be married one and only time forever. But sometimes things, and so I'll just finish my story. So that was many, 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 many years. And most of the years I've walked alone. Part married, but I was still single. And yeah, sometimes all you see is this, the stuff. You can't see the world. You can't see the things, the greatness that God has for you. You can't see the things, the beautiful things that God has for us. We let the things rob us. And so this is where I'm going. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to jump. So kind of bear with me. So I grew up. I couldn't say I was precious till I was 48. And I was into part of a home church. And they took me from a journey of something happened, of how I came into this world was not good. And so I remember I kind of, okay, like, again, trug along. We're going to do this, just like we do through things. And so had to learn how to say I was precious. And they took me through 48 times. And I can remember saying, I don't know if some of you can battle with that. I believe there's somebody out there. I believe my story is going to touch somebody else. I remember saying, all I can say is the P word. I'm P to God, but I'm precious to God. And then I had to walk through all the times of I was molested when I was a little girl. And remember not telling about that, kind of hid that till I was 30. And so different things, and how I think those things can really affect you in life. You know, when your spouse walks away, or I had a silver cap. I know this is minimal, but I was called tinsel mouth. And so, you know, just different things that I think can really rob our joy. So I'm going to jump here to this before I go back to the heart. So part of that book. Then God sent me to, I don't know if it's going to be backwards. It's called Unmasked. It's by Pastor Jim Anderson out of Washington. And how we can wear this mask and say, I'm beautiful, I'm great. Oh, yep, things are just fine. But inside, we hide so much. Inside, it's not what we're showing. And so 9 years ago, first it started 13 years ago to know that I could see God as a heavenly father, because I had a wonderful stepfather, but my birth father wasn't in the picture. And so it affects how we look at God. And so again, those of you that are not of faith, that can still speak to you of how do you look at things? How do you look at relationships to people? How do you trust them? How does it affect you as a person? How do you, when you're wanting to date somebody, or do you jump into those relationships as, hi Lynn, she's my friend that told me to step out, sorry. Anyways, it's like, does it affect the relationships, the friendships, and different things, and how you feel as a person, or your outlook, or how you may feel, are you worthy of this, or different things. So anyways, so I had to learn that I have an amazing father. Right now I have an amazing husband. His name is the Lord. And I'm not alone, and neither are you. You're not alone. He is there with you. And so that's one thing I want to say. You're not alone. You're important. You're valuable. You're loved. You're special. Someone died for you. You have an amazing community through YouTube. I want to say I cherish the people that I'm coming to know. And so that's my story. So then I had to go through this. And my daughter was going through it kind of at the same time. She moved mountains. She has her own story, but so I just only deal with my story. So there I was, as I was going through healing and finding out who I was and different things like that, and realizing I can only look at me. I couldn't look at my husbands who had made the choices they did. I had to look at me, and I had to heal me, because if I don't know me, how can I tell my daughter she's amazing? How can I tell you as a friend you're amazing? How can I tell somebody else they're amazing? I can't. And so that's where my story starts. And we're going to finish. So I felt ugly. Yep. My finances got affected. Boy, stepping out. Ooh, I had to step out. And really share my feelings. I was really sad. I had to open my feelings, be raw. That's exposing all of us, and everything I knew, my mindsets, my value, the way I live life. That's all I knew. So I had to walk around for a while, walk around saying, I don't know anything. I'm willing to learn all anew. And that was about me again, and about my relationship with the Lord. But also now God has me on this whole thing of going back to some of the things of homesteading and gardening, and realizing people don't think I'm crazy. I might be almost 61, but I'm still young. There's a whole story to that. But I felt hopelessness. I had to learn a new identity, but the identity I knew wasn't good. I didn't feel valued. I felt attacked. and I was so wounded. So there was my heart in all these pieces. And so God put me on a journey. And it's been a really crazy journey. So now I'm going to go along with, so in this journey, God has sent me to a site for a while. There are some sites, I'm going to share some information that is marriage to restoration site. So God put me on that road where I was praying. How do you pray for your spouse that walked away from you? Like, how do you do that? But God says that. He says, pray for those that have hurt you. So I prayed for him. Then I prayed for me, and I realized I wasn't the only person. Like, there's so many people out there that are wounded and hurt and don't have hope and don't have community and don't have churches that can help them. And so in my whole journey before I stitched, many times I found myself grumbling. And every time I grumble, it's like God saying, you're just like the Israelites. Like, I gave them things and you're still grumbling. And so I have to think, okay, yep. I may not, so many times we can say, well, why do we want this? But you know what? I have a roof over my head. So I guess I'm trying to share how, when I say, oh, my hands, I wish I had a dishwasher, but I'm thankful I have hands that can wash dishes or running water. It's realizing those important, that there's people that don't have that. There's things that don't have things that we do. And so as I'm going to try to see if I can do this all at the same time. So I went through this conference thing. I'm jumping around. I'm really nervous. And so I had to learn myself again. Well, in that time, people were saying, I'm glad God fixes you. And I thought, wow, I'm the bad person. I'm the one with everything wrong. Like, I'm really bad. I'm really bad. I'm the one that wrecks everything. And then it's like God picked my daughter and I up. Again, she has her own story to think. And we were disconnected from things for a while. And it was a 7-year period. And I look back now, and in that 7-year period, I'm trying to encourage you that if God removes you from something or changes you from something, doesn't mean it's bad. It means that there's something great to it. Because in that 7-year period was when I went through all these conferences and I met amazing people in my community that at that time, that they spoke truth to me. And even though I was there, I still sat there and felt alone. It was like, okay, I'm here, but I'm still sitting by myself, or I'm eating lunch by myself. But it was in that time that I had to learn I was valuable. It was almost like, as you're as a parent, you're saying, listen to me. Like you're holding their face and you're saying, listen to me. You're telling your child, you're amazing, you're loved. And that's kind of what God was doing to me. There was times I sat there and I'm like, yes, God, I see you. Yep. Like, can I look at this? And he'd say, no. Do you see who you are? Do you see you're valuable? Do you see you're worthy? Do you see I love you in spite of it? Like, there's nothing any of us can do wrong that God would reject us, that the Lord would reject us for. He loves us, and he loves broken us. That's why he died. But people love you. It's like so many times I'm realizing as we do videos and stuff, it's like, okay, we have to get this ready and this ready and this ready and this ready. Or you clip this piece out and clip this piece out. But then I'm realizing, you know what? I need to be just me. Just be raw and me. So that's kind of so this is what we're doing. So SEW is all the pieces that got sewed back together in my heart. So I had this heart of mess. But as everything, it started getting sewed back together. So it's God's love. He died on the cross for me. The green grass. My grass is beautiful where it is. The grass isn't always greener over there. It's amazing right where I am. It's amazing right where you are. Then we're going to sew this piece on. Does anybody know what blue would mean? What does blue mean? Does anybody have a guess? Wonder what... I'm going to sew blue here. Trying to do this and had this crazy notion. So blue to me is the sky. It's how when we, yes, even the thread, you can't get the thread through the needle through the fabric. You know what? It's like not all those days are going to be wonderful and work out amazing, but we're still going to figure this out. My thread broke. No, it came undone. It's still going to be okay. So we'll rethread. We'll Eyes to See Ministries. It's not related to us. Oh no, my piece is coming undone here. To me, it represents the blue sky. How all I could see was, it's not working here. All I could see was the wrongness. All I could see was I thought everybody's life was better. I thought, it's not going to work. I may have to take a different needle. I don't know why it's not working here. Boy, this is raw and real. Not working here. Yeah, so it was like I couldn't see the days. I'm going to a different needle. Bear with me. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right here. Okay, we'll try this one. And so here we go. We're taking, sometimes you have to take a new one and it's resharpening. Okay. When we walk through life and we've been battered and beaten up, we're dull. We're dull. We're dull like this needle. But then that's where God takes us to the grinder and we get shaved off, grinded off the old things. And I remember a time that I walked around. It's kind of like when you prune a tree and you trim that apple tree and you have to cut it way back. And you cut that apple tree so back that you're thinking, how's it ever going to grow? How's it ever going to do anything? Because it's ugly. The branches, it's funky looking and everything else. And I remember thinking, okay, I feel like that tree, like all these branches have been cut off and I'm supposed to produce fruit. Like I'm going to bloom again. Okay, like I don't know about this. And so I thought, okay, I'll keep holding on. But in that season, in that time when it's, let's see here, I got to remember how I put this together. It might be kind of funny here. I couldn't see the light. You know, you can't see that tree. Or let's even go back to a plant. When a plant dies and you don't know what goes on underneath the ground. We don't know that it's going to come back. You have to hope, you water it and you feed it. And I was getting fed through God's word, through people speaking life to me, through different things that were going on in my life. So that plant that's dead has to die. It has to die to give new life. And it's just like us as people. We have to die of some of our stuff in us to be different. So here we are, so far. So God loves me. Whoop, this piece isn't staying on there, sorry. And I had to see that my grass is greener here. I had to be able to see the blue skies again. And then I had to realize that even in the night, that the new day tomorrow was going to be okay. And that can be scary. You know, when you're going through something and it's amazing during the day, or you're around people during the day, but then you're like, okay, now it's quiet. Okay, what holds tomorrow? You know, and God says he holds our tomorrows. We're supposed to just have faith. So it was having that faith walk of walking through of me who likes to be in control, me who was superwoman, who did everything. When you go through things and you all of a sudden you're thrown that you have to do it, you kind of feel like you have to be superwoman. And that was me. And it was like all of a sudden, God allowed, I think sometimes God allows different things. I have rheumatoid arthritis, I have fibromyalgia, I have degenerative discs in my back, I have carpal tunnel, I have osteoarthritis. I have, you know, pain all the time. But I have to tell you, I've never been happier. Does that make sense? Can that make sense? That even through it all, I'm happy. And so that's where the happy comes in. Is that as my heart got sewed back together, as I found me again, as I let go and walked a faith that I didn't know. I mean, didn't walk the faith walk that I've never been on. To have to sit there and think, what's it going to be like? I can't fix everything. I can't do everything. I can't, what do I want to say? I can't like pick up that circular saw and build that thing. Like this spring, we want to have, my daughter wants to have we're going to do a garden. I have no clue what that's going to look like. I have no clue. It's like, how is this going to happen? Isn't the Lord good? Yes, the Lord is good. My twin. You know, I'm nothing without him. I am nothing. I'm just messed up me. And I think what stepped me out to do this on a live YouTube is I was told to write a book. And my hands kind of cripple when I'm writing sometimes. And so I haven't done a lot of writing. I tend to be more talking to people on the phone. So I guess, okay, so I'm going to go back. So who would think through broken marriage and me going to the conferences here, the Lord sending me, that he would connect me with people all over the world that are like me, that are broken and hurt. This is all before YouTube. And how realizing, wow, there are a lot of people and that there's hope, and to build a community and different things. And it wasn't me. It was like, they don't have the resources to the conferences that I had, but I could share. And it was how the Lord had me sow a community even back then of people in Puerto Rico and Canada and Louisiana and Connecticut and California. And so we keep going. So here I am. My heart's kind of, it's kind of funky here. So here it is, the nighttime. Here it is, the daytime, the blue sky. I'm seeing my grass, seeing the Lord's love. Again, I can see this, but it's like, And then it was hanging on to that. It was like, okay, what else is going to be to it? So then it's like, okay, as time goes on, realizing, we're going to step out and realize my home. I had asked the Lord 29 years ago when my journey first started that my home would be used for him, and how different people have been, he's brought in here that have stayed here. And one of the things I had to overcome was not only when I had a silver cap and now my tooth is broken again. So that kind of bothers me, and I'm always kind of self-conscious about that. But years ago, cleaning chemicals wrecked my voice, and so I can't sing anymore like I used to. And now my daughter watches this little baby, and it started out, I always say 1 plus 5. 1 is the Lord, plus my 5 grandchildren who's taught me so much, plus, and I'm going to leave a blank, because it's the baby, how he doesn't care what my voice sounds like. I know I made a video here of me singing, and it was like, oh, Lord, you really want me to sing this song? But I had to sing it, a worship unto him. And it was a stretch, and I thought, people are probably thinking, why are you doing that? But they don't realize it's like stepping out. Even though those cleaning chemicals doesn't mean I'm stopped. Doesn't mean that I still don't have a voice. Because you know what? That's everything to be thankful for. I can speak. There's people that can't. I can see. There's people that can't. I have fingers. I have, I guess it's in my heart of gratitude has been so different. Looking at things in a new and different way. And this one is not going to stick here. So I've got to, hold on. Oh, sorry, friends. I'm trying to get this one piece to hold here. Here we go. I've got to sew this. So I'm going to sing a song while I'm doing this. It was a song I was singing to the baby earlier, and you'll laugh with me. And this is like this morning, my heart wasn't like this, and this is where it's like God's like, I'm going to stretch you. I'm going to stretch you. It's like, okay. So it's bubbling, it's bubbling, it's bubbling in my soul. He's laughing and singing since Jesus made me whole. Folks don't understand it. I just can't keep it quiet. It's bubbling, 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 bubbling day and night. It's bubbling, it's bubbling, it's bubbling in my soul. It's laughing and singing since Jesus made me whole. Folks don't understand it. I just can't keep it quiet. It's bubbling, 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 bubbling day and night. And truly, that's how my heart is. It's bubbling. It's bubbling more times than not. When I had that one, my son, the picture behind me that says, love grows best in little houses with fewer walls to separate, where you eat and sleep so close together, you can't help but communicate. And if we had more room between us, think of all we'd miss. Love grows best in homes just like this. You know what? At one time, my home I wasn't that happy person. I was a mom. I was a woman, but I was wounded and I was hurt. And I functioned. I did things with drudgery. I didn't do things with a joy. I quit doing some different things that I was doing just because it was like I'd lost hope. I had lost, joy in it. But God gave me a new sprout. God gave me a new blossom. As in the ground, the grass, we don't know what's growing. Up comes the stem, the leaf, and then we flower, we bloom. He blooms where we're planted. And so you're blooming. God's got amazing things for you. You're valuable. You're amazing. You're precious. And those of you that have your husbands there, if you don't embrace this, it's like this glass. if it wasn't, if it's only here and we don't soak up who we are, how can we pour out? How can we have that drink unless we go under that fountain of God and he fills us up? Believe me, years ago I couldn't do pink. It was like pink, okay? Like, yep, I'm just me, just give me this. But it's like, okay, my daughter got this and goes, okay, well, I'm here. And I'm like, it's pink, okay? Yep. And so nothing against pink, but I'm just saying is that's the journey God took me on as he healed me. And so as I learned more about me, God connected me with people, connected me with friends through the internet, because there's really not anybody here. There's days, I have to tell you, today I woke up and it was like, I wasn't always so happy. It was like I was actually feeling kind of discouraged, because it was like, okay, like God, you show me this and you show me that, and I don't see the answers. I don't see the breakthroughs. I don't see how it's going to work out. I actually, this last year, gave up having a car. And people are like, how are you walking through that? And I'm like, well, it's not bad. I get what I need. I mean, if I have to get somewhere, I'll get there. But you know what? I think the whole word is contentment. It's learning to be content. It's the learning to be thankful for what you have. And so as I say all this, I've been in my house 34 years, which is an answer to prayer. It's a miracle that I'm even here. And there's a whole story, my house should be paid off and it's not. And there's a whole lot of things to it that I could look at, but I'm like, okay, I have a roof over my head. And then the Lord gives me a dream of a farm and a homestead. And as much as I wrestle with that, and I think, okay, God, like you're getting me back to some of these basics and more. And now I know there's more to it. And it's like, okay, but I'm nervous. And it's like, okay, God, what is this all about? But I had to open my hands. Have you ever had to open your hands and say, okay, I'm ready. I'm willing for what's ahead. But our hands can go like this and say, I don't know. I'm going to open. Nope. I don't know. That takes trust. And I'm at the point now where I can say, yes, I'm open. I'm open for what's ahead. I'm excited because I know it's going to be amazing. And even at my age, I look at so many people that are homesteading or doing things, and I'm like, why didn't I know this 30 years ago? Or why didn't I know this 10 years ago or 15 years ago? That's what I kind of battle. But I'm thinking, no, I wasn't ready, because there was all these pieces of the puzzle I had to, if you can see, I try to make a face. I had to see the sun. Whoop, I sewed it on the wrong side. Whoop, okay, sorry, wrong side. This should be over here. Oh boy, I think I need to redo it. So the Lord had to show me sunshine again in my days. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there, because I'm going to do, we'll do it a little bit different. And then I had to know that in the evening, when the moon is out and you can't see anything, but you can see the moon in the sky, you don't know the tomorrows. Thank you, Lord, for that it's still going to be great. But where's the other piece? Okay, so then I'm going to do something here. I'm going to improvise here. So prepare with me here. We'll pretend for a moment here. Do you ever have days where you try to do it one way and then you're kind of like, oops, wrong way? Okay, so as I do this. Does anybody remember the song? Heavenly sunshine, flooding my soul with glory divine. Heavenly sunshine, Alleluia, Jesus is mine. Okay, so this is a cloud. Sorry. And I had to realize, hi, Farmer JT, how are you? Hi, Crew for Life. Yes, I see you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining my crazy story. So I had to realize, JT, we're talking about how my channel, where the SEW, S-E-W, comes into play. So then I had to realize on a day that was cloudy, it was going to be okay. But you have to realize, for many years, all I could see was this. All the threads, all the broken pieces, how it wasn't put together the best. And it has red thread and it has green thread. And it's all not so pretty on this side. And that's how many times we can see our lives. That's how I saw my life. It was like this. But as I found healing, and as each piece got sewed together, this is my heart now. That's where the soul comes in. And so I added the flower because I used to have a garden a long time ago. And then life and kids and working and different things, I couldn't do the garden like that. And so I believe this is our new beginning. We're going to have a bigger garden. We're going back to being self-sustaining in the ways we can, by growing foods, by being creative, and I'm finding deals on different things, and canning and dehydrating, getting back to some of that. And some of this is new and different and doing it in a deeper way. And in it, we have found, I think I will say, when things were a big mess, you tend to go out to eat, you go different places, and that can attack your finances. It can, I want to get healthier. I want to lose weight. That's my, thing I want to work on too. And so, and it's like, as I can have more things where it's shelf stable, friendly to be able to pull off, we're eating healthier. It's quick to go. If I'm having a bad day with my muscles, that it works with that too. So yeah, so that's where the grandma, I'm a grandma, so happy comes into play. And so that's kind of where this is. But I wanted to share a verse that I kind of felt like this is where another piece of it. It's Luke 6:27. It says, listen, all of you, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, pray for the happiness of those who curse you, implore God's blessing on those who hurt you. For a long time, I was really, really hurt. And so all of a sudden I had to pray for those people. When my first husband remarried the lady that he left me with, do you realize she shows up at all my grandchildren's birthday parties? And how it was like one day I saw her at my one son's wedding, and I had I guess I'm going to jump back. How this lady I saw this like the grass. I thought the grass was different because here I was, a mom, doing it, starting to be more self-reliant. Talked to husband into moving out of California and off grid. I prayed last night that he wanted, and my husband sent me a bunch of property. Yes. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes. And so I would see the grass there and thought, okay, I didn't see my grass as being amazing. I didn't see the grass as like blessed. I didn't see things like I see now. And so anyways, when this lady came to my son's wedding, it was like I didn't know who she was. And all of a sudden I said, "And you are," when you're the mom. And she said, "I'm so-and-so." And I went, "Oh, wow." And it was in that moment, God showed me, she's just a woman. Like Satan uses things to make us feel like we're losing. He's making us, it's him that attacks us. And so those of you that are people of faith, hang on to this with me. It's those things can still be robbed from your life. And you don't lose who you are. Don't lose hope of who you are. Don't lose your identity. Don't lose your value. And when I saw her, it was realizing I'm me. It's okay. And I hadn't even gone on this whole journey yet. Hadn't even gone through that. But it was the peel. Have you ever heard of the story of onion peeling? How, when you have an onion, the out part is crusty and dry, and you have to peel that away. And as you peel, hi, Double P Farm. And as you peel the onion away, the center of the onion is the sweetest. Well, that's kind of what I was going through, is peeling away these layers to get back to the sweetness of me in a way that had never been there. And so I'm able to be around this lady. Believe it or not, I can go up to her and say hi. I've sat next to her. I see her all the time. I can ask her how she is. They travel the world. Like, she's got so much stuff. And I kind of go, okay, I don't need it all because my heart is full. My glass is full. Does that make sense? I don't know if this is, but it's like the picture is different. I have a new set of glasses. I see things different. I feel things different. Not saying that when I went through that onion peeling of that skin being ripped off or everything I knew, my way of thinking, my critical spirit or my judgmental, those things that they got ripped off, that's painful. That's not easy. But it's being, yes, you can't take it with you. Store your treasures in heaven. Yes. And in this journey, I heard the words, let it go. And I thought, well, let it go meant what? Like what, let go? But I knew what it meant. And so my daughter went with me, and I had to let go of everything from that I had. I had an antique bedroom set. I got rid of a jewelry box. Like it was so freeing. It was like I felt like a bride getting ready for a bridegroom. And I was happy. And so I have to say, is if you come to the point where you're ever saying, okay, there's this change. I am honestly not someone that deals with change very well. I'm usually like, I want things a certain way. But you know what? It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's only stuff. And nothing in my house is the same as it was years ago. It's like, in fact, months ago, I took all the pictures off my walls in my kitchen. I didn't know why. I took them off. I thought, well, I didn't want them anymore. But I didn't know what was ahead. I have to show you. That picture behind me was a Christmas gift. I took the pictures off the wall before Christmas. That came from my son and daughter-in-law. I was like, well, if you look at it, The house is the same color as my kitchen wall. I didn't paint my kitchen to match that picture. And my daughter-in-law bought it with being away from my walls. Isn't that amazing how that all works out? And so, yeah. So what started me sharing all this was, some of you journal. And in this it says, God shall supply all your needs. And this journal, I haven't been writing because I'm realizing I'm one that likes to share verbally more, or I might encourage somebody over the phone. And so that's kind of my journey on some of this stuff is. So I'm going to go back to where it says, Luke 35, 6:35, love your enemies, do good to them, lend to them, and don't be concerned about the fact that they won't repay. Then your reward from heaven will be great, and you will be truly acting as the sons of God, for he is kind to the unthankful and to those that are very wicked. Verse 36, try to show as much compassion as your Father does. Never criticize or condemn. Really? Like, we're not supposed to criticize, we're not supposed to condemn? Yikes, that was me. Or it will all come back on you. Go easy on others, for they will do the same for you. For if you give, you will get. Your gift will be returned to you in full, overflowing measure, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more, running over. Whatever measure you use to give, large or small, will be used to measure what is given back to you. And I just share with some of that as I'm amazed that as life has gone on, it's the point of use the journal for the things that pop in your heart after prayer. Thank you. Yes. Will you pray that I actually do that? Those of you that pray, or those that don't, will you just kind of hold me accountable in this? Yes. I want to do that. Because on a couple of my videos, I've shared my great grandma's, some of her journal, and I'd like to be able to put more in writing. I have a journal of about 9 years ago when I walked through a really tough divorce. And hi, Texas Life Julie. Hi. And what that journey was like there, but that's not something you really kind of always want to share to everybody. But yeah, so today we're talking about Julie, Texas Life Julie, what this has to do with me and why SCW, Grandma's So Happy, Homestead is all about, and kind of the journey in it. So what I want to go back to this quick here too. So now with this done, my heart is complete. And your heart can be complete. Your heart is healed. Your heart is whole. And my heart, when I saw it like this, when Jesus died on the cross and he washed away all my sins each and every day, it's pure. My slate is clean. So that's kind of what my channel is all about. And if you see me some days get really crazy, bear with me because it is the joy that overflows. So you're going to be, who was it? I have to go back here. That was thinking about moving, eyes to see, moving out of California and off grid. Eyes to see, where do you feel you want to move? Do you have an idea have you had an inkling of where you want to move? Like probably Texas. Woo! Texas, like Julie, you live there. My brother lives there. I've never been there. That has to be fun. That's not too far. Yeah, I don't know where. I kind of would. I know I'm not supposed to be staying here where I am. This is my comfort. Oh, family lives there. That's like win-win. I was actually born in California. I lived there till I was 8. And then I lived in Minnesota. And then for a short time, we lived in Wisconsin. When I was young, we moved every year up until I was 8 or 9. And then I moved several times after that. Hate what California has become. Yes, I've heard that from, I have extended family that live out there, and they don't like it either. Truthfully, I think if I could, I'd be open to moving to another state because it's expensive here in Minnesota. I love the seasons. The hard part is all my children are here. And so I'll tell you a little bit about me. So I had 3 boys. It's awful. No church that is Bible believing. Oh, yeah. That's hard. Yeah, that is hard. So I had 3 boys. And then when I hope somebody doesn't judge me, when I got married again, that's where my daughter, she moved mountains, come into play. And while I'm on here, I might as well just share that story of her. So I love all my children. And then I have 5 grandchildren. My 3rd son has 2 granddaughters, 2 daughters. And then my 2nd son has 2 boys and a daughter. And they live 100 miles away. But back when in my marriage, when I was, I'll just put it this way. I became pregnant with my daughter. And I became very sick. I had hyperemesis. Does anybody know that? And really, I used to see, wow. And so I was in the hospital and had to have a PICC line put in. Oh my goodness. And I remember laying in the hospital room, and this is where, where they have the thing on abortions and stuff. It just really speaks to my heart, because for a moment, I'm so glad that, I think of people out there that I want to encourage you that if you have an unexpected pregnancy, those of you who that are on my daughter's channel, She Moved Mountains, she's a miracle. Like, I wasn't supposed to be able to have anymore. And when I got pregnant with her, my husband wasn't even here at the time, my ex-husband. And I remember laying in the hospital room. I was so sick and my hormones were icky and everything. And I couldn't see light at the end of the tunnel. I couldn't see hope. And I remember feeling, God, you're just going to have to take this baby. And I thought, did I really say that? No. And the doctor came in and I said, can you take this baby? And he said, we don't do that here. And I went, phew. Because really in my heart, that isn't what I wanted. I wanted 10 children at one time. But all I could see was my life. Go back to this. All I could see was the mess. All I could see was brokenness. All I could see was the stuff. And he said, if I give you medicine, will you go through with things? And I said, yes. And so I came home with a PICC line. My room became a hospital room. And I was on IVs and on 3 cancer nausea meds. The birth defects that my daughter was at risk for, she doesn't have any. She was 1 in 200 chance of being a Down syndrome baby. I mean, there were so many odds against her. And when she was born, her heart rate went down. So she was born emergency C-section. And she is the one that loves the Lord the most. I mean, all my kids believe, but she's the one that is kind of there beside me. Those that Here, Mom, I'll help you. It's like a blessing. And I guess all our children are blessing. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like that I would really want to speak to, there's somebody out there someday that isn't going to be able to see that hope. Hold on, because She Moved Mountains is going to be 22. I look at who she is in 22, and it's amazing. It is God's miracles. Exactly. It is a miracle. I wanted a daughter. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But the amazing miracle is we've done it. We've done it. It hasn't been just a survival of drudgery. It's been this crazy, crazy journey called life. And life can be amazing. It's all about our attitude in it. And I have to say, a lot of times my attitude wasn't good. So whatever attitude you may be going through, it's what's your attitude? And when you have a bad attitude, it doesn't necessarily, nobody wants to be around you. And I just have to say, I'm a miracle. My daughter's a miracle. You're a miracle. You're amazing. You're valuable. You're touching lives. Your children are miracles. You are worth it all. You're worth it all. And so that's where Grandma Soul, SCW, happy, comes into play. Is I'm just this woman that was broken. That's how it says, God is the potter, we are the clay. He molds us and makes us new each and every day. And so that's my journey. That's my journey of SCW. So happy. And I'm happy that the people I'm connecting with, you, I'm thankful for friends. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful. I've been trying to get videos put together, and I don't know how to do a computer real well to do that. So my daughter does that. We're praying for a new computer, even if it's used, so that we can do things different. I just believe there's a lot of things that some things I have recorded that I don't know how to put out there. And so thank you for waiting. Thank you for holding on and being patient. And just remember to start the day out with prayer, and the Lord will guide you throughout the day. Yes, I do. I never used to get up in the morning and be able to just be so glad I opened my eyes, because, we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised tomorrow. We're just promised today. We have today. And so, honestly, I want to live to be over 100. And my mom thinks I'm nuts. But I'm kind of like, I feel mad and frustrated that for so many years, I felt, like days and stuff were robbed. I want to get it back. The Bible says, God, the cankerworms that come to kill, steal, and destroy, God gives back. And so I'm believing God's going to give back all these years. I'm just now trying to learn to edit so you're not alone. Well, Texas Life Julie, you're way ahead of me, because my idea of trying to do it on my phone. We don't have a camera or anything, and so I make documentaries, but don't know how to live screen. Will be a thing. Half Acre Dreams. Hi, Half Acre Dreams. Hi. We're on this crazy thing of don't mind my prop, my soul. So SCW, happy is what it's all about. Is it my first time live? Yeah, can you tell? Sorry. Yes, it is. And so, and why this, what all this has to play. It'll kind of talk at the beginning. So that's kind of where a little bit about us. You're worried about doing it. Hey, if I can do this, you can. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. My kids, if they know, other than she moved mountains, but my boys will go, Mom, you did what? Oh my goodness. So you can do it. Half acres, you can do it. Step out. Step out. You know, it's like step out and stick your big toe out, and then the other feet kind of, your other toes and foot follow. I will at some point. You will. At the right timing, you will. Today, I was not planning on doing this today. When I woke up this morning, it was like, yay, I've got another day. I've got to live how many more years? There's so many things I want to do, so many things I want to experience. Does that sound crazy? Like, does anybody have that where you kind of get stuck in life and you can get stuck in the mundane things? And all of a sudden, time goes by and you're realizing, oh my goodness, there's so many things you want to do. And yes, half acres. Yeah. It's like you get so stuck in mundane and you're like, but wait a minute here. And I guess that's the key is, it's to search for those things. You have a huge bucket list. I haven't made one. I need to make a bucket list. I need to do that. Wonder what, yes. My bucket list would be, I've never seen the East Coast or down south. I was born in California, so I saw, what you saw that. But to really go down south, it gets overwhelming because I want to do everything. Put it on there and see, make your list and check it out. I don't know. It's like I sit here and think, I'd love to go out of the United States. I'd love to be able to experience that once. I don't know. You know what my bucket list is I want that homestead with land. We have almost an acre, but I'm really willing to open my hands and say, I want it. I had a dream that there was this farm that nobody wanted, and I bought it for $37. That sounds kind of weird. And I bought it, and it needed help, but it became amazing. And so I don't know where it is. I know my daughter wants goats because she can't do cow's dairy. And so we need to figure out something, for that. And we want to be able to do chickens, and we could do chickens here, but we have dogs on either side of us and they tend to come in our yard and we don't have a fence. So we'll see. We'll see kind of what goats, sheep, chickens, all the animals. Oh, yeah, there goes my daughter. She moved mountains. Yep. Plus, what you don't know, she wants 10 children. So that's why I got to live to be 100. Because she hasn't even met the guy yet. Mundane is a place in our lives that the Lord wants us to help or touch someone that we have not figured out yet. I will keep you all in prayer. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So yes, we don't know what's ahead. I know that I want something, I'm ready. Like I want something that's out there, and where it's going to be and how we're going to get there. I don't know. I can picture it. I can picture this kitchen. I can picture everything in this house, that we're supposed to go to. But I think in the process, it's teaching my daughter, you know, as she's learning to learning skills, you know, to be able to do a pantry, to dehydrate, to, you know, as we do a garden, to do things, be in the ways we can to be sufficient, or at least be preparing in ways that I think so many aren't. I know some of my family, my daughter-in-laws, I've been trying to encourage them to be prepared, to not take things for granted and just assume that you're going to be able to go get it or get there, because this winter, I know for us, has been crazy. You know, we've had over 40 inches of snow in just February. And, you know, the southern part of our state has been hit the last couple of days. And I know my son couldn't get to work. And so, you know, they're thankful that they had what they had at home. Where are you located? Minnesota. Kind of like we're north. Do you know where Minneapolis is? We're north of Minneapolis. That area. So we're not we're kind of, how do I say this? We're in a little subdivision, but we have stores by us and stuff, but we're like, if I go a half a mile away, it's country. And there's country to the east and west of me. So it's kind of like we're planted. I'm in northern Michigan, so we got hit bad too. Yes, you did. It kind of seems like it either hits you first and then it comes to us, or we get hit and then it kind of goes, you know, I think you kind of get what's the southern part of our state, I think has gotten hit worse than what we have. But I know where my son lives, they're kind of more like in a valley too. So, yeah. But that's what's going on here is, yes, it went right through Wisconsin to us. My grandfather had a farm in Wisconsin, a little town called Amory, Wisconsin. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember how far away it is. I haven't been there for years. But he had this big farm, and everything was pink. The house, the barn, the chicken coop, everything. It was this pale pink. I remember driving up the road, and there was trees, so you couldn't see it, but you drove through it, and it was almost this color pink. It was like, yeah. Yes, it was pink. So, yeah. But Texas life, Julie, you have the heat though, don't you? We might have the harsh winters, but I don't know. Those are half acres, don't you? What would you rather have? More the hot or the that would be a good YouTube channel name. A pink homestead? Yeah, that would be. That would be cute. That would be good. That's my friend Lynn on here. I don't know if she's still on. The cold, you'd rather have the cold. I'm accustomed to the heat. Julie says, yeah, I think, you know, when people that are used to the cold, they'll say, hi, Nona Grace. Hi. I think, you know, when those that, I know my friend that lives in Louisiana, she'll say, how can you handle the cold? Like, oh my goodness. I said, well, you remember we have heat. You know, it's other than going outside and, you know, yes, we can sit outside, you know, like we'd like to, or have gardens longer, plants, or different things like that. But we do have heat. So it's not like you're feeling it to the point that, you know, you would, I suppose it's like the heat for you. Some of you don't like it, but can't handle the heat. I know. I'd rather put layers on and stay warm than, you know, if you get hot, there's only so much. Isn't North Texas cooler? I don't know. I've never been to Texas. So maybe. I know Wisconsin's TJ, I think it is, he's in I think he's in is he in Wisconsin, I think? That's a beautiful area. Michigan's beautiful. I was in Mackinac Island years ago. And that was driving through Michigan and stuff was really pretty. I've been to Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri. Are you saying isn't North Texas cooler in summer? I would think so. Is Texas like Julie on? Does she? It's great here in the summer. North Texas is cooler, but only for a couple months. My brother lives in McKinney, Texas, and he talks about times of it being so hot that my nephew can't even go outside. Oh. Now, Texas, do you deal with is it more of a dry heat? Is it real humid? Texas like Julie? Does anybody know? I know, right, it's dry where I am. Okay. So you kind of feel the warmth, but it's not the kind of, is it, I suppose, north, oh, you're northwest. Okay. Okay. My friend that's on here, she's from Louisiana, and she talks about it being hot and cold, but she always talks about the rains and stuff and how miserable it is, the humidity. So, yeah, we have just lots of snow. Actually, family lives in Houston and Texas City. Ugh, too humid and hot for me. Houston, Texas City. McKinney is humid. Oh, Julie. Okay. So that explains why my brother doesn't want to move back to Minnesota because he likes Texas, but that's the difference. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Now, Minnesota, I think, is just plain Minnesota. It's cold, it's cold. It's hot, it's hot. It's humid, it's humid. I don't think we have quite the, except maybe if you go way up north, you get up by Duluth, Lake Superior up there. We were in South Padre, Texas, and it was high humidity. Oh. See, that's what I love about YouTube is I think, do any of you find that you can just get accustomed and familiar to your own surrounding unless you travel, but through connecting with people from other areas, you're learning very much about their areas and their states and being aware by either coastal areas. That's it. Thank you, Julie, for sharing that, because see, it shows that we can learn no matter what age. I guess I'm loving to learn. And that's something that, has been different too, is to get back into just being, I don't know, enjoying learning different things. And my daughter said we're going to one day get in her car and she'd like to just truck around the United States. I don't know. Maybe that's a bucket list thing. Maybe we'll do that one day. We'll see. The Lord will have to work that all out, how that works. But that would be really fun to do and see some different areas. So have any of you got your garden started, your plants? Or I don't like the cold when in Colorado is very dry. You'll have to, Nona Grace, my daughter, she moved mountains. I don't know if she's done a video a year ago. Somebody we knew, well, our neighbors across the street moved to Arizona. So they flew her to Arizona to visit them. And then somebody we knew whose car was down there, and they did a road trip. And so somebody else flew my son down there. So the two of them did a road trip last year this time. Yeah, last year in February, from Arizona to Minnesota. But when they hit Iowa, they hit the snowstorm. And they were in a, I think it was a convertible Porsche, and it was white. And She Moved Mountains was telling me about all the altitude in Colorado and the snow and driving and how crazy it was. My seeds are planted in the kitchen at the moment. Oh, you! How lucky. How fun. We actually found let's see, I'm praying for seed. I am preparing for seed starting, half acre. Okay. We actually found through the marketplace. Does anybody do marketplace on Facebook? We found a rack that had shelving and stuff, and that we're going to be able to start our seeds in. So I'm really excited as we do that. We'll have to film that. It's rained for a month straight in California. Haven't been able to get into my seeds unless they can. Oh my goodness. Really? Wow. But now, is rain your kind of like your winter? Or is this abnormal to get a lot of rain? Is it part of just the whole crazy weather that it is everywhere? Eyes to see. Double P Farm started some seeds yesterday. Oh, what did you start any new seeds this year that you haven't done before? Anybody? I'm excited. She Moved Mountains did it. I don't know if she's got. We visited Pueblo and Loveland, Colorado. My hair was not frizzy. Very low humidity there. We can use some rain. See my last vid. I'm in the ugly part of the state. Okay. Is it really an ugly part of Texas? Is it just kind of flat and plain? I would love to be able to see mountains as an adult. Hi, Molly. That would be as an adult. I think I would love to see mountains. Maybe that's that would be a bucket list thing. To see the mountains, to see the ocean again. I haven't. Yes, I'm in the oil field country, flat. Oh. Okay. So that's what I'd like to see is mountains. I'd like to go in the ocean again. I haven't been in the ocean. I went to California like 34 years ago. That was the first time I had been back there since I was a little girl, and got to go in the ocean then. We had a drought for 7 years. This is the first rain we've had continuous. Oh, wow. Ice to See says they've had so much the first rain. Yes, wouldn't mountains be fun? Mountains would be fun to see. Wow, first rain. Wow. See here, the last few years, I actually have to say in Minnesota, usually come August, sometimes July, the grass will start to get brown because it becomes, dormant, and people are watering to keep it green. And actually the last couple of years, we haven't had to water. I mean, our rain and weather has been pretty nice. I mean, it's actually been, I guess, actually cooler. Not this last a year ago. My son and daughter-in-law, my granddaughters lived here in between them moving, and we had set up an old pool, and it was cool enough that they couldn't really swim in it because it didn't get hot enough here. I used to say, I remember them saying that California was so dry. That's a miracle for rain. Come out here, Grandma. I'll take you to the beach. I would love to. I would love to go to the beach. I would love to meet you. That would be fun. That would be fun. As soon as the snow melts. Have to go now. Congratulations, first live stream. I'll ring the bell and be notified when you have another one. Okay. Bye, half acres. Have a good day. When Molly on here says the snow melts, so my oldest son, who lives at home, is not handy. And again, that's that whole point of you have to just embrace where you are and, you know, kind of go with the flow of things. And so I kind of call him my watchdog. You know, when it's just us two women here, and the way the world gets kind of crazy, it's comforting to know that I guess he goes in and out and stuff. But I live in Fullerton, California for a short time. Always went to Huntington Beach years ago. Oh, I have extended relatives that live in, I think it's Hesperia. Does that sound like, I think that's the Mojave Desert part. I haven't been there. The snow, as I say, so my son works in the cities here in Minneapolis, and there's a mound of snow, you know, because there's so much snow, they have to finally don't know where to put sometimes where to put it. But they have a guess on when that mound of snow is going to melt. And do you know that's been there in June? Like the beginning of June, that mound of snow is still, like, it hasn't been totally melted. So if you feel, you know, it's like June. So we really only have June, July, August, September. Sometimes we can have October. But we've had, you know, the snowstorms in October. It's been, our growing season is so short here. It's kind of hard to. So those of you that get the longer growing seasons, how nice would that be? You know, I know one thing on my bucket list. This sounds kind of crazy. I always thought it would be fun to live for a month, like in different areas, to be able to kind of see what it was like to live, you know, way down south, live on the East Coast, live, you know, in the different areas and be able to just kind of fly, you know, do some of that. That's not reality, but I know that's something I can't get out of my system. I think that would be really fun, is to do that. A road trip. I'm game for a road trip. I am. I'm game to go see things. Go see things. Life's short. You know, don't let those things, you know, don't get caught up in, you know, I guess it's that stepping out and, you know, be willing, take that dare. Where are we going, Lisa? Well, I think, Molly, if you're the one I'm thinking, aren't you having a baby? New Mexico is very pretty too. Is it? How is New Mexico? I suppose I could Google this, but I'm going to ask for someone. Julie, how is that different from Texas? Okay, so Molly is the one that pray for Molly. Molly is having kind of a miracle baby. After 7 years, She has a little boy. No, he's 8. After 8 years, they're having another one. So that's so exciting. So we have to go on a road trip before August. Are you driving, Molly? Because I don't have a car. Here in South Carolina, we have 172 days for gardening. Wow. So when do you, double P, when do you start, like when can you put your plants out? Let's go. I'll drive. Okay. We got to do the gas, Molly. You got a child in school. That's funny. It is forest, mountains, and cooler, more water sources, and a different agriculture. Oh, okay. Molly on here is a young mom that I knew her mom, and her mom passed away about 3-4 years ago. And so I've kind of been, at times, get to be the mom, a little bit, the mom hugs and the grandma hugs to her little boy. Need to win a lottery so we can travel anywhere. I know, that is true. That is true. Yeah. The gas and then where to stay and cool plants like carrots and lettuce around the last part of my... Oh, okay. See, that's what I guess, this whole... When I was younger, my parents for a time had a huge garden when we lived out in the country. And they just planted it. Like we brought in cow manure and different things, and you just rototilled the garden up and you planted. And there's so much. Do some of you do the strategy, or kind of do test your soils? There's so many different ways of doing it now that I'm trying to. We're going to try to do. We'd like to do raised beds. But I think we're going to also try hay bales. Has anybody done that one? And we're going to do containers, I think. Starting my carrots and lettuce this week. Oh, how fun. That's always so fun when they start to pop up and actually grow, doesn't it? Like exciting. So then do you just eat your carrots and lettuce, or do you can them? Eyes to see. We've been doing, they're not carrots that I grew, but we actually did, I don't do all that. Okay. I use containers and have one raised bed. Hope to make more. Julie says. That's what I think we're going to try. When I say we, it'll be my daughter and I. We'll see. You have raised beds and containers. Okay. Is there a special way, anything special you do for doing them in containers? Because I haven't done that before. Before, I always did my garden in the ground and did I can and use them. Eyes to see. Okay. Okay, I missed something. Let's see here. What did I do? I can just make sure they drain. So, do you put holes in them, or do you put something in the bottom? Oh, Molly, you're going to do hay bales? If you don't know of a place to get them, I do. I know of a farmer that we can get them really reasonable if you don't know of anybody. Canned carrots and a lot of other stuff. Holes and rocks in the bottom. That's what I was kind of wondering, Julie, if that's what, okay. Starting my pantry put up, want to live off all our preps. That would be my goal one day. And hopefully my daughter, as we get it going down the road, is that will just kind of flow into her life and, and things too. So, yeah, I guess I didn't realize that, the containers, like some people even use totes. Or has anybody heard how you can use like those reusable bags that you shop with the handles? I saw somebody put dirt and be able to use those even. They maybe only last a couple years, but if you have an overabundance of those, I've seen where people have used those for container gardening. Yeah, we don't have a rototiller and stuff, and so that's why I was thinking if we could do above ground. We've been really researching. We bought some seeds. We got some from Baker's Creek, and then my daughter got actually won some off of a channel. So you can actually plant in anything deep enough. Water troughs. Okay. Well, that's what we're gonna. Well, now I'm excited as I, kind of like, there's that possibility. I guess there's always a possibility, but it's like when you have everybody around you is just, they're so used to just shopping, whatever. Not everybody gets into gardening, and so can you use those bags without dye leaking into the soil? That's a good thought. That is something I guess I had not thought about. Thanks for bringing that up. I guess I won't be going that route for that reason. Is the dye leaking into the soil? Cloth bags can be used for potatoes. Okay. Another thing is if I came across, we've got plenty of containers, I think. If I came across a thing with fabric or something, I can always sew them. But I think we'll try the containers. It was this last summer, it was really freeing. I don't know about some of you, I have to follow better, write down, because the fibromyalgia gives me a fog. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that term, but it actually can give you a fog so I'm learning, I write down things more. But I went through the rafters. It took me 5 days in my garage of pulling things out of the rafters from my older kids, to be able to kind of put it in piles and finally send it home with them, all their totes of their Legos and all their stuff from when they were young. And still have some to get to one other one, more of his stuff. But so that was really freeing to get some of that done. So it's like, I'm going to go back to, I really believe that our journey is going to be beyond where we are now, because it's like I've been going through preparation of it. I've raised beds. We used to have a large garden. I found the raised beds could be easier to take care of. Now, they're not real hard to build, are they? I'm thinking, hopefully not. Yes, I have that too, as I have seen. Oh, yeah. This fog is. My kids are starting to notice it. My boys are like, "Mom, don't you remember that?" Like it's not like my memory is gone. I mean, I remember. It's just, and I remember important things, but I guess there's a lot of things I'm catching, things that I kind of wish I had Clint had built some before. Molly, does that mean we can maybe have Clint come help us? Please. Oh, that would, if he would, that would be. I know Katie, she moved mountains. That's my daughter. She would be ecstatic. I know I would. Yes, I have everything you have. Don't like the diseases, but it's how I'm able to stay home. Yes, no, guys, I can't work in the ground anymore. Kills my knees at my age. Clint would help us, Molly? Yes. Thank you, Lord. That was just an answer to prayer. Yes. No cedar wood. No. Cedar wood is best to use for your raised bed. Okay. 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 I can't get on my knees either. I'm actually, like probably a lot of you, because I didn't, even though things were crazy here, I didn't work out of the home. And so I had to readjust all my health insurance. And so I pay for it now, but it's not really good. Like I have to stay out of the hospital because I really don't have coverage. But I need to, down the road, have a knee replacement because I'm bone on bone in my left knee. I have absolutely no cartilage left. And so I'm trying to watch different foods and see what aggravates that. I have a tear in my meniscus in there. To me, I can't figure out why that isn't healing. But anyways, yeah. So I have to be really careful with my knees too. I got tired of pulling weeds. I also now have a garden close to the house. You know, that would be see, I have one tree. Does anybody know what a cottonwood tree is? I have one that doesn't blow cotton, and it's huge. We've taken half of it down. But in the afternoon, about pretty close to 3/4 my backyard is shade. And so it makes it really difficult to have. I used to have a huge perennial garden, but when things got, like in part of my story was crazy, and I think, like some of you will understand when your fibromyalgia acts up or whatever, thing you're battling with, I would look at my flowers and all I could see was the weeds. And it was like, got really frustrating because I couldn't go out there and deal with it. And so I just had a friend come and say, okay, rototill it up. Well, I wanted to save some of it and I didn't. So it's gone. Like it's really gone, but it's in some ways became really freeing after a while. It's like, I guess I really I suppose like some of you understand, you really start to look and pick at what's really important. It was either have to have that perfect flower bed and those beautiful flowers, which I loved, but it's to be focused on that and be miserable with that. And if I use my hands too much and I can sometimes drop things. And so when I let that go, it became freeing. And now I can now I'm open to do different things. Yes, be careful with that knee. I had a bone density test this morning, hoping to put off a hip replacement. Oh, Julie, I will be praying for you. My brothers had 2 hip replacements. And wow, oh my goodness, we are all a mess. My knees, hips, fibro, CFS, etc. Love you all and subdue. I'm doing. We are a mess. But you know what? Isn't it all about, I guess one thing I've learned, it's making the best, has our attitude in it. It's like I can either look at that. Too bad I don't have the prop here. We were able to find a bunch of lemons. There's a discount grocery store here, And so we found 40 pounds of lemons. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. What do you do with 40 pounds of lemons? Limes, I mean. I'm not lemons, limes. And it was like I either can look at those lemons as ugh or make the most amazing lemonade. Oh my goodness. I remember last year I sat on a bike to pull raspberries. Oh, my brother-in-law had a hip replacement last summer. My husband's mother and aunt had double hip replacement. They did that. Oh, yes. Everybody can use, we can use prayer. Maybe we need to have a time where we just really kind of, I wish I could do things on Clint says limeade, key lime pie. Yes, I don't know how to make pie crust though. I could probably do the other part. Can you believe that? My family just hasn't always been a pie person, but key lime pie. Yeah, we'll have to try that. Let's see here. The pie part would be good. It's the topping probably a key lime pie. That sounds so good. That is good. That is really, really good. Yeah, so the other day at the store, I think I'm going to try to show pictures of it in a different video. We actually came across organic strawberries for 99 cents a pound container, I think. And so and I happened to have some raw honey. So we took and made raspberry honey jam. So that was really good. Came like cheesecake. Yes. Now that I will love. My daughter loves cheesecake, but she can't do dairy from cows. I bet you it would. I wonder if you could do goat cheese. I wonder if you could do goat cheese. Molly, it was at Mike's off Osborne Road. I think you know where that key lime cheesecake from Goat's Milk. Yes, there you go, Shimu Mountains. We'll try for that. Key lime pie or key lime cheesecake from Goat's Milk. My kids tease me every year to see if I bought the pie crust because they want buttermilk pies for Thanksgiving. Yeah, and the other day we also found Molly. I have to tell you, they had cabbage, $1 a piece, no matter how big they were. They were huge. Like they had so much. I have an amazing recipe. Will you share? I would love She Moved Mountains. Can you put my eyes to see? Could you share your recipe? If you're open for it, in the link in here, we'll put my email. Or do you have a video on it? On your cheesecake? Goat cheese is really not bad. Send me your email. She Moved Mountains, can you send Ice to see my email? She's in the other room. The baby is asleep. Oh, there it is. She's watching the little guy sleep. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Molly on here, if you're ever open, you can come over one day. We'll do a canning session. World well neighborhood famous. Really? Thank you, Ice to see. I really appreciate it. Okay, Molly. Molly, I have a challenge for you. You and your husband talk about some things that you would like canned, and I have a pressure canners. I have 2 of them, and I have water baths, 2 of them. So my mom canned when we were little. Your mom was amazing. She did so much. So whatever you want to do, come up with whatever, and I will help walk you through it, and we'll get you going. Now that Molly, which some of you have to cheer her on, they just bought their first house. She moved about an hour away from me. So, she moved mountains, is ecstatic. She's typing yes. She can't say it out loud, everyone, because the baby's sleeping by her. So, yes, Molly and her husband bought a house. Their house is from the 1930s, I think. And Molly is going to be moving her in-laws. They're PCA for in-laws. And so her and her husband are moving in her in-laws to live with them. And this home is all set up for it. It has a ramp and everything. I have not seen it. I've seen pictures. 1926. Yes. And so, yeah, it's really exciting to see, like, it's just everything, like the bathroom is, like, they don't have to do anything to this house other than right now they travel for their little boy to be in school here every day. But, yeah, it's pretty exciting to watch somebody else, kind of see. So I have a question. If you could travel, if you were given an unlimited plane ticket, where would you travel? If you could go anywhere, where would it go? Where would you go? I'm curious to see whatever. Germany. Molly says Germany. Double P says Ireland. Yes. Germany would. I'm German, so that would be fun to see Germany. England and Sweden. Clint says the Philippines. Really? Really? England and Sweden. Yes. I am too. I think though Ireland would be pretty. Germany would be pretty. England would be, and Sweden. Ireland or Italy? Yes. My mom wants to go to Italy, but she always watches through the internet. She says, I'm traveling. She'll send me things. Look at, I just traveled here today. She says, so yeah. Ireland, yes, and Sweden and England. We actually know a family from here that he's a professor over in England. And so it's kind of fun. I'm thankful. You hear so many bad things about the internet, but I am so thankful for the internet because you get to actually see where people, see different areas and see things. So Ireland, Italy, the Philippines. Wow, these are also different. To Ireland, Germany. So is it your nationalities that you'd like to see them, or what strikes you to be able to see these? Yes, I love learning about different places. A friend of mine is going to England next month. Are they going on vacation, Double P, or are they going to live there? Is going there. They're living there? Wow. We had, vacation. Vacation. Okay. Fun. That would be fun. Is there anything in those of you that listed different things, is there anything in that country, the particular, that you'd want to see? Sweden, I think, but honestly, I wouldn't want to fly. She moved on. I want a camper van and a road trip the whole U.S. state to meet my friends. I see you're Italian. I had an aunt that was Italian, but always loved the green hills of Ireland. They are pretty. Ireland is, I mean, they're all beautiful. My mom's family is from there. I'm a chicken about flying, though, too. Just wake me when I get there. Grandma's side is from Ireland and Grandpa's is from France. Oh, wow. That's really different. That's really, wow. Ireland and France. Do you have redheads in your family from being from Ireland? She dreams a lot, but I believe that some of hers are going to come to be. I'm surprised she didn't put on here. She moved mountains, wants to go to Africa. That is one of her goals. She wants to go, is it still? I think she wants to go to be a mission. But although she's kind of been thinking possibly, I don't know if it'll come to happen, Taiwan. For she moved mountains. She's been given a seed thing we'll see where it goes. No, but I have a lot of relatives that I haven't met. My grandpa came over. I'll tell you something. My grandpa was from Sweden. My grandma's German. That's on my birth father's side. My grandma was Swedish, and my grandpa was Norwegian on my mom's side. My grandson spent 3 weeks in Africa on a mission. Really? What did he do, Julie, over there? But my grandpa was supposed to come over on the Titanic, and when he was 16, and his brother had said, I think my grandpa actually had the ticket or something, and his brother said, don't go yet. Come stay with me, like in this other country. And it's like, it's such a new ship, so don't go. Like, come stay with me. And because he did that, he wasn't on the Titanic. But otherwise, had he not listened, he would have been on at the age of 16. My grandson. What did I miss? I haven't met. Do it while you're young. My dad got cancer right before he was to go out on the road. I'm sorry. Yep. I'm sorry. He's with the Lord. That's where my stepdad is. My stepdad raised us. And my stepdad was really strong in the Lord. And him and my mom, my younger brother, we had a blended family. My stepdad had 4, my mom had 3. And so my brother was born when I was 17. So he got to go on road trips. So let's see here. Julie said her grandson helped to develop a village and treat the sick. Built wheelchairs. How awesome, Julie, is that? Wow, how rewarding to do something like that, to bless people like that. Wow. Bye, Molly. See you later. Wow. That is really like giving. And you wonder, the lives of the people that have those, that receive those wheelchairs and to treat Wow. He accepted the Lord before he passed. I'm excited to see him again. Yes, eyes to see. That is our hope, isn't it? That we do see them again. Yes, that we do. They're the ones up there. We miss them. I'm not trying to minimize it, but it's my grandma and so many family members are up there that I can just see them singing in that heavenly choir, and they're up there saying we're the ones missing out. But wow, building wheelchairs and stuff, that'd be amazing. So where would I would love to go. I'm trying to think, where would I love to go? I think I've always wanted to go to Sweden. I'm trying to think. It's like I always thought of all these places I wanted to go. And as I really, years ago hit that point of contentment, I would just love to be able to see the United States, just to be able to visit friends, visit, people. And, like, is anybody going to any of the homesteading get-togethers? Is anyone going to that? That's what we have to look forward. All my parents and grandparents are waiting. Yes, Texas Life Julie. Yep, they're waiting. Good evening from England, everyone. Well, hi, Carol. Hello. I'm in Minnesota. So hello. How was your day today? We were just talking about this live started out as where my name, Grandma So Happy, the SEW came from, where it stems from. And then we got into shared a little bit of my story. And we've been talking about different places we wanted to go see. And you actually live in a country that, I forget who it was that wanted to go there. But somebody wanted to go. Hi, Crystal. Hello. Crystal, you'll have to watch the beginning of this. I stepped out. It has to do with this and this and this. Kind of a crazy story. I see you did. I'll watch it from the beginning. Yeah, it probably isn't as wonderful as some, but it's my quirky way. It was just, I've had to let go of being, there isn't such a word as perfect. None of us are. But to let go of that and kind of worked with this. My hands were not functioning super well today, so I've learned to kind of have to go with the flow, right? This kind of, as this came apart here, it's kind of like, it hit me as we feel like we're all put together and some days we fall apart, but that's when God sews us back together, right? And he puts the knot in it and it stays. And that's where it's the amazing part of. Wouldn't it be fun if we were like all could connect and meet? It would be so much fun. Bye, Julie. You have a wonderful day. I know there's more nudging for me to step out. And I'm just kind of nervous. I'm kind of fighting it. It's like I really kind of feel like my heels are in the sand. And I actually, as I say that, do any of you, as you kind of get told to do something or led to do something, do you get kind of like a panic attack? Like, bye, eyes to see. Have a good day. That's exactly how I feel. I battle that, oh, okay. And it's taking that deep breath. Love you. Love you. Kisses to you guys. I just, not crazy. Somebody can be so happy. It's all about him. He kind of takes a messed up person and makes us new. And then, there's one day I'll have to do where I saw where it was like a vessel, it's like the potter when he makes, potter at the potter's wheel makes a vessel. And so many times we can see us as just holes in us. And, you can't hold water if you're, Crystal, there's something to this pink thing. I don't know. It's dirt to me. But it's holes in those vessels, but how sometimes he patches us and sometimes he breaks us. We're broken and crushed and remade new. And that's truly my story. That's truly like this, it's we're crushed and, this was me, but now I don't need the mask anymore. It's just, I'm crazy me. It's, God is so good. And I'm just, I'm really thankful for you as friends. I mean, it's just, means so much. And, I have lots of questions to ask from some of you that have done your garden and different things, because I've kind of gotten away from some of that. It was like, I had to heal me. I had to work on me and restore me, get me restored again. And that was a long journey, and then enjoy it. And, in that process, it's been amazing how people got to put in my pathway, even here, like I said, on the phone throughout the world, I've talked to people. It's just amazing. And that's another thing I want to say is don't limit how you're used. Don't limit how God uses you, and how, I used to think I had to have all my ducks in a row. When everything is just so, and all my ducks are in a row, and when they're all perfect, then I can be used. Or like my marriage and family, and, just all I could see was that. And I'm like, God, how can you use me? But he uses us even in the midst of it. I'm amazed. That's, if you hear me say the word amazing a lot ever, because I am. I'm like really amazed at how messed up, broken me. I don't think people knew the inside, how much I hurt and how much of different things but I'm happy. I'm truly happy. Crystal, I sang a song. I can't believe I did it. It's bubbling in my soul. It's like, that is how my heart is 99% of the time. It's just, my heart is overflowing. It is just, God is so good, and I'm so thankful, every day, you wake up, when you're doing your gardens, hi, Granny B. How are you today? When you're doing your gardens, like when you do those, you have your raised beds and those different things. I want to encourage you not to take it for granted, to look at that. And Crystal, I was saying, those of you that have husbands, go give your husband a big hug. And I want to say to those of you, and I missed this earlier, is thank you for being those people in those marriages for like my daughter and my sons to see, because that's what I need you guys. there's other people that need you guys. And we need you as grandmothers and you can be aunts and uncles. And, that community is so important. It is so important. And so, you're needed. And I just, even, I don't know, I just want to stress that enough that, you're important no matter what age you are, no matter where you are. You're valuable, you're important. Those of you that are carrying a baby, that baby is important. I mean, I'm so glad God didn't listen to me years ago. Had he, yeah, sorry. I wouldn't have my walking miracle. And each one of my kids are blessings and miracles. And you're, it's so we were talking, Granny B, we were talking about if you could travel to anywhere in the world, where would you go? Where would you go? Crystal, where would you go? Kind of sharing a little bit about, we were sharing about that, and we were also saying if you've started any new plants, have you started your garden? Israel, yes, I would love to go there. I would love to be able to see. Yes, I would. Papa's, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? What am I not getting? Israel, let's see, our plants are sprouting, but we need to get our peppers started ASAP. Oh, some kind of southern fruit? Is that what you planted? Granny B? I don't even, it's like we haven't done plants from seed for so long really well that it's like I need to get on a piece of paper. But Crystal, I have to tell you, and Granny B too, I can't get down on my knees, so we're going to plant the first time. Ah. Now, what is papas? Like, is it what do you put it in? Or I suppose I can Google it, but I thought, well. I'm learning. Do any of you just love to learn? That's why I have to live to be 100. My family, my grandma died at 93. My great-grandma died at 96. So I'm hoping I live a long time because I want to explore, have a lot of things. Tell us about them. Yes. I started ours in egg containers. We are doing raised beds this year. Can you do containers? That's what I want to do. And also a lady on here that isn't on here now, her name is Molly. And it's a young mom, Crystal, that PNC is Crystal, that I knew her mom, and her mom passed away. And so at times I kind of get to be the little bit of the mom and the grandma to her son. But they're doing raised beds, and she actually said her husband would help us. So now we have to, I'm trusting the Lord didn't take me this far. He has not abandoned me yet. but that we'll come across creative ways to come up with the lumber. I might even have some in my garage. And my son does a woodworking thing, so he might have some there too. So we'll have to see how we do it. But yes, he said he would help us do raised beds. So containers. I know it's like, I didn't know that I even had that option of help until today. So do I need seeds? Yes. We have some, but I could use seeds, yes. Well, in Ohio, they grew on the trees. They're kind of, put you in mind of plantations. It's been here. It's been years since I had one. Oh. And I should find out if there's a place up here that sells them. It would be really fun to find out and taste one. Crystal, we were saying we want to go on a road trip. I'm trying to see how far we could go on a road trip. Oh, plantations, yeah. I have not had a plantation. Pellets are good if you have someone to break them down for your friend, husband to use. Thank you, Carol. In one of my videos, it shows a spice rack that she moved mountains. My daughter and my son stepped in. It was so funny to watch him because he's not handy, but he came across like, I'm going to help do this, And she is the one, I mean, I'm really amazed at how, but she took a pallet and actually that's what the shelves inside are from. And I'm trying to think what else she did. She has been the girl from even when she was young, she moved mountains. When someone told me there was space, I'll do a video, but a space between, you never know the space that's in your walls, if you're ever looking for space. And so someone said there's space in the wall. So I actually gave, my daughter's name is Katie, for some of you that don't know. And she moved mountains. Gave her a sledgehammer and she tore apart this wall. Do you not know, for 20 years, I didn't know that storage space was there. And it was like, in our bathroom is this space where we were able to put where you can put, air freshener, shampoo, whatever up there. But below, it is probably 3.5 feet tall. And it's enough, that if you fold a bath towel, big square, you can go double thick. And it's 3 feet high. Space that was in the wall that we never knew about. So then I thought, okay, now we have this. What do we do about how we're going to cover it? We went to a garage sale a couple roads away, and don't you know, someone had a cabinet that went right on there. It just fit. Not the same doors. We ended up painting it. I think I'll have to do a video and show you. It was crazy. You don't realize the storage that's in your wall. I would like a pantry thing or something on my main floor, but bye, Double P. Thank you for being with me on this crazy journey of me sharing my life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your friendship. I thank you for Mr. My tiny perfume in my bathroom wall with a picture frame. Oh, really? Ah. Have a good day. Good night, Double P. Huh. Yeah, I've seen where they people have done with a picture frame. So do you not, when you see it, do you not realize it's a shelf in there then? Hello, first time here. I'm a goat milk beauty products maker. Soaps, lotions, bath bombs, and shampoo and conditioner. Sets all made with our goat's milk. I'm from Michigan. Nice to be here. Heavenly Dream, Dairy Goats. Hi, Michigan. You're not far from me. I'm in Minnesota. In Minnesota. And so are you. You have lots of snow too. in the beginning of this kind of tells where my name, Grandma So Happy, came from. And also, we've been sharing if anybody started seeds or if they wanted to travel somewhere. See it on my farm tour. I will, Granny B. I will. Goat's milk. I need to be getting in touch with you because my daughter, she moved mountains, cannot do cows stuff. And she's having problems with different things. So with her skin. So I have to talk. Minnesota. Yeah. We do. Granny B, we have over 40 inches of snow just in February. We've gotten that much. It's crazy. Like I can look out my window of my house and it's almost like if I took one giant step down, I feel like I could walk across my yard. Is it burr? It's not. Some of the days, yes. This is the first time I've been in my home almost 35 years. The first time ever that we put plastic and actually put a blanket over my living room window to stay warm. It was crazy. When we hit those negative 50-degree wind chill or 40-degree, it was crazy. That's crazy. But I remember years when we didn't have a lot of snow. In fact, where I am, the worry was because it got so cold, we did not have snow, that sewers were freezing. We have our own well and septic, and there were actually sewers that were freezing because it was so cold. There wasn't enough snow on the ground to insulate the coldness. And so we do need the snow. If we're going to get cold, we have to have some snow for like a blanket covering. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Yeah, the snow isn't. Our snowblower broke. Again, we're going to make amazing lemonade out of it. But yeah, so my daughter's had to do a lot of shoveling, but I don't know if some of you know, she's got asthmatic stuff. Her and I were doing a project last summer, and we weren't being wise and wearing masks, and she actually inhaled cement dust. And that's triggered a bunch of problems with her lungs. And they don't think that's why, but it's triggered her. Now she deals with asthmatic stuff, and she's has a nebulizer and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. But so now for her to go out and shovel and stuff, so yeah. But I love the snow. I love it. But we have to actually, we have so much on our roofs that we have a long rake type thing that we have to pull it off because we have I think it's over a foot of snow on top of my roof right now, and that's a lot of weight. This weather must be agony for you. I have collapsed discs, fibromyalgia, arthritis, terrible in my spine. Ouch! Damper cold weather cripple me. Carol, ooh, ow, ow, ow. Hey, two family. Hi. I stepped out, kind of shared. You'll have to see what this crazy little thing has to do with my name and why I have crumpled paper fell in the beginning. Usually, I am usually more crippling. I've been watching more dairy, but I've also been trying to watch some of my carbs. I don't know, maybe has anybody tried moringa? Carol, have you ever checked into that? Moringa has, at one point I was eating Tylenol with codeine, so much for pain. It was like I could hardly function. And I take moringa. It does work. Yes. On Two Family. Is this Sherry or Daryl or the both of you? We are just now using moringa. It helps. I told an extended family member. Oh, hi. Okay, Sherry. I told an extended family member that had hurt their knee in California. Couldn't walk across their living room for 10 months. And they heard I was on moringa. Oh, no results yet. Well, I know it helps RA. I have RA besides fibro too. The fibromyalgia, I think I always feel. That's why some days I think I have where I don't feel like. Do you feel like you're lucky if you accomplish much? There's days that I just kind of like feel like we don't get a lot done here because it's just I have to just yes, filling the capsules. You can do that with turmeric. You can do it with anything. It's I am RA. Oh, you have RA too, Granny B. It stinks, doesn't it? Cysts on the nerves that doctors will only remove if they become cancerous. It's too dangerous. Oh, I think we need. I'm going to, when this is all done, in my book that I said I didn't write in yet because I'm more of one that rather share verbally. I'm going to, when they said write down, I'm going to start, this is going to be my prayer. I'm going to use part of it. Write these down and be praying for everybody. That I will do. I will guarantee she moved mountains and I will do that. I have RA and MS. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Heavenly Dreams. But yeah, we'll just encourage each other. I noticed I think the biggest thing for me is pacing. Is learning to pace things and let go of the superwoman. I think my older kids especially got used to me being able to do everything. Like I did that circular saw. I built that thing. The crazy things that I've done over the years, but it's letting go. That's been a real journey for me over the years, but it's getting more and more easier. I think the biggest thing to me is, I don't know if some of you guys or some of you can relate to this. What's really been hitting me here is like as I've been just really seeing this thing of leaving, possibly moving from where we are now to, I know there's something different. I don't know what it is or where it is, but is just because we come up with the idea doesn't mean we always have to be the ones that carry it out. It's designating people. And I didn't always designate. I was that person that did it all. Like they're just, and I think my older kids just got used to it because I know my one son said to me, we came across a piece of linoleum we want to put on our bathroom floor. And it sounds like my daughter and I are going to do it. My son says, well, Mom, ceramic tile. And I said, what? You're kidding. Like, who's going to do all that? Mom, it's not that hard. Like, I can't do that. My hands, if I do too much that way, I have to pick and choose. Autoimmune disease sucks. Living in pain daily is something that is just there. Bad days, okay. Good days. But being able to wake up and live another day is okay with me. Amen. Amen. Yep. Had to do it all. Yeah. So yeah, that's not a good thing when you have 3 sons, and She Moved Mountains was young, and to have my sons be grow up with that and watch a mom that, because of the course of life got thrown at you and you have to carry on and when the pump went out in the basement and having to lift that sump pump up and, or when our water softener did work, carrying 80-pound bags of rock salt through my house and down my basement stairs across it and filling the water. Yeah, I keep saying I had to do, but maybe I didn't have to do it all at the time. I maybe could have came to the point of designating or asking. I don't know. What's hard here is there's not a lot of help. Granny B, I could not do that. Back then, Granny B, I've been eating my supper and listening. I want to say hello. My mom laughs and thinks that I'm still that person that stays up till 3 a.m. Or when at one time, a bunch of us kids went together and we paid to re-roof my parents' home. And I carried the bundles of shingles up the ladder and handed them. And that's probably why I hurt. But she keeps thinking I'm like that, and it's like no, and that's not. And I guess I say to you, anybody that would be listening, don't play stupid. Don't do that. Like, ask for help. It's hard here because there hasn't been the help. There hasn't really been anybody here that I kind of felt like I've had to, I guess, in a lot of times. But I have to share a story since you're all on here and you'll kind of understand. There is this, at the one church that I said that I went through this conference on the unmask, there was this guy, there was this two men, and they were roommates. And we became friends, and they're just two single guys. And again, how God used my house, how I would just cook hamburgers, and they'd come and have Bible study and became like uncles to my son and for a season and stuff. But they had this big, big maple tree, and it was starting to lift up the cement in my driveway. And I thought, I don't have the resources, to do it. And so this friend, his name was David. And I always just say Goliath was the tree, and this David, he's just a skinny guy. And he had this blade, yay long. And he said, I'm going to cut that tree down. And I said, really? Okay. So he came over. Don't limit God. That's for sure. Because he climbed that tree. And with that handsaw, not power saw, handsaw, he dropped 12 and 15-foot branches. I mean, boom, 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 they would drop. And then they got it down to the trunk and they took it down. And they stacked it all up really nice by my garage. And I said, we have a wood pile in back because we have a bonfire pit. And I said, can we move it back there? And so they took all the old wood off. I couldn't believe it. And they swept. It used to be an old dog kennel back there. And they swept all the cement off. And they carried all this new wood back there. I still can't believe it. And they stacked it all. And then they put all the old wood on top and stuff. And it was just amazing. And that was in that season when I said in my story I know, yay, David, how it was in that season, that 7-year time where, it was like, I felt like I was deserted on an island. I mean, that time was so hard. It was like, it was just my daughter and I, of course I saw my sons, but it was like it was to be up and be put in a church that everybody would say, why are you going there? And to be so critical and come against and, just whatever, it was in that season of the community of people that was in our pathway, and how these two guys are just, and the thing is the one guy, he's now 76. So you figure he was in his late 60s, and how these two together, it's good to bless others with help, but you also need to bless others by letting. Yeah, Carol, that's the hard one. Because I'm usually on the other end. I'm the person on the other end that loves to bless. I'm the one that, when I had my front loader, it was people come and bring their laundry, and it was my sewing machine, or my, to do laundry for people and to bring it dirty and they could take it home clean, or to sew, or do mending and not charge. And that's just always been, come here, it's here, and it's to sit back and let someone help you, or be to be at that point. I'm saying that because I don't usually follow my own advice. Yeah. But you're still alive. You might have opportunities where you're going to be tested to see if you can sit back and let someone bless you. Because, yes, it's that thing of, yeah. I know, I tell people, let them help you. And then they turn around, look at me and say, where have you let anybody help you? I'm like, okay. But that's sometimes the control. Does anybody deal with control freak, or not control freak, but you're the one that has to orchestrate it and then carry it through, and I don't know. Yeah, that kind of just died out of me. It's just kind of like God had to say, that's gone. Like I said, that apple tree, when he prunes that apple tree, it looks kind of funky and funny, and you wonder if it's ever going to do fruit, if it's ever going to bloom again, if it's ever going to come alive again. And that was me, man, as that apple tree, or even that plant, when they die and you don't know what's going on in the soil. That was me many days. I always have, I don't know that I've ever said so much in my life. I have to just die to me and be open for new. And, it's like, I'm excited. I'm excited for what's ahead. I want what's ahead. If it means I want to leave, I'm willing to leave my little box here. And, I'm willing to leave, and I just know there's something amazing and what's going to come out of it. And I have to, and as I say that, my heart goes, ugh, but we have to be excited. And I'm going to have a fog moment because I have to remember who it was that was moving from, somebody was moving from California. Forgive me. I really don't mean to not remember. That's the hard part I don't like. It's the fog moment. I have to write it down. And I'll write it down. But yes, it's letting go. So I have a question. If those of you that can, or great place to move from. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You get planted on your butt, and you can't help but have to move. Yeah. It's freeing. I don't know if I've ever been able to say that word so much in my life, to be able to say, I'm free. I'm free. I'm not bound to the things that held me down for so many years of stuff that hurt, whatever. I'm not saying I'm perfect and there, it's just different. Does that make sense? It's just to be different, and like it's okay to be free. I'm free. It's for me to even be doing this today is so radical for anybody in my family. They just I guess it's gotten to a point they don't know what's not what's going to come out of me next, but it's they can't keep up. I can't keep up with me. It's like, when you open your hands and say, okay, I'm open for learning new things. I mean, that's why I've been really hoping we come across a computer somehow that I want to be able to learn how to edit and be able to do different things. I want to learn something that hopefully I can, and not always put, like you say, ask for help. I don't want to. My daughter is so amazing at helping, but I don't want it to fall on her so much that she feels like she has to. And sometimes that's the way it is. It's like I know it's like I've been directed to do this. It's just I want to figure out how to take care of my own stuff and be responsible in the ways I can. And so, yeah. So, but I suppose it's been going on a while here. So how about if I say bye for today and hope you're all having a good evening and a better tomorrow, and just know that I appreciate you all so much, and you're valuable. I mean, you're important, and it's so fun to know there's so many believers here and so many friends. And yes, now that he did this, it's like, oh man, what stories it's kind of like, have you ever heard the term volcano? That was in the conference of something talked about a volcano, like it didn't, as you kind of the cap comes off, you start to flow out, and sometimes that flow, you can be getting rid of old, but you can get good can come, all the good spills out. And yeah, that's the road. That's life. Has been, oh, thank you, Nona Grace. Thank you. Bless you. Bless you. It's been so good to listen to and see you, friends in the room. Hold on a minute. I'm going to see if She Moved Mountains won't come in this, if I can get her to come. Katie. Kate.
Yes.
Will you come? She's changing I think she's changing a diaper. That's the challenging part. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes.
Hello.
Okay. So here's
I'm still in my pajamas.
Hey,
I'm not.
Yeah, no, you're not. Those are she just lives in to be comfortable. Yeah. So yeah.
Hi everybody.
So we will do this again.
Yeah.
Are you guys open for something like this again? If my PJs are good, see, they're always good. They're always
Or what
good.
topics do they want you to do?
What topics?
Hi, Carol.
Says hi. Yes, you're open to do this again? Okay.
What topics?
Is there a
certain
topic you'd like? Or is there, either a topic or what's something you want me? Oh boy, I'm going to be vulnerable. What is something you want me to share? I'm in my PJs, but it's 10:30 at night.
Here it's 4:45 in the evening.
Just 10 is fine. Okay. I wish I could say a specific day, and hopefully it'll get to that point. Right now I can't, because the baby that we watch,
the schedule's so crazy.
Yeah, he's 11 months old, and it was really, really tricky. Ugh, the glare. Can't get it here. It was really tricky to try to get him to take a nap. He's not a napper yet, and we can't get him on screen. So wherever the conversation takes us, good. Then we'll do that. So I guess I'll say Watch out for another live. I think wrong with that, Katie. They were too comfortable. No.
I agree.
She's got comfy clothes. Comfy. Do you like they didn't see your new glasses?
No.
So
I suppose I can't see them.
She got
okay, I don't know. I can't see.
See, she got new glasses. She needs to get contacts, but she had really nice ones, but she had that baby. Can you show the back of them?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Random chat. Okay, we will do that. I'm loving this because truly here, I don't have anybody to visit with other than her. Okay.
I don't know how.
All right, here. Hold on a minute. We'll do it this way. Come here, baby. Come here. No, we'll get him to turn my other way. Come here, you. Come here. No, just come here. I'll take him. There, see? That's her film. We can't show the face.
And that's him.
Okay, you want to see? I know. That's the whoops. Oh well. It was a quick.
Anyways, that was the baby.
That's the baby. Yep. That's the one that. When I said that it, when cleaning chemicals and stuff wrecked my voice, how today he couldn't sing. I know his hair.
He was born with all that hair.
He was born with that hair.
Actually, more hair than that.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. He's been at our house since he was 2 months old. 50 to 60 hour weeks he's here. And actually, him and his mom lived with us for 3 months last summer. So, yes, he's so fun. So my living room is like babyland. But when you be careful what you ask for. When you ask for your home to be used to bless others. But you know what? My heart is full. It's overflowing. And it's all good. It is all good. So, see, I got to overcome my broken tooth. Sorry. I got to overcome that. It's being critical. So I guess I'm going to say bye to everybody. It was fun. It was so fun. It was so fun to meet you all, to see you all, and thanks for being with us in this crazy day, crazy journey. Tell me about it. I have 7 grandchildren. The eldest, 8. Let's see here. Tell me about it. I have 7 grandchildren. The eldest, 8. Youngest, 11 months. Wow. Oh, how fun. How fun. My grandchildren are 9, 8. Let's see here. 9, 8, 5, 4, 2 4-year-olds. The 1 4-year-old will be 5. And yesterday was my granddaughter's birthday, and we couldn't go because southern Minnesota got hit so bad with snow that the drifts were 6 feet tall, and in some of the roads they were extending 30 feet. And so roads were closed and stuff, and that's where my son and my 3 grandchildren live, and I felt bad. We couldn't go, so none of us got to go. But just means we get to celebrate a birthday a different day. So, wow. 7 grandchildren. My oldest son is still single, so I'm hoping, I keep praying he meets somebody. He wants to have a family. And then, of course, my daughter, she wants 10. She'd love to adopt. She would love to adopt some. So, we'll see. See if she ends up with 10. She's always wanted 10. I wanted 10 children. I ended up with 4. So blessings to you all, and have fun with your grandchildren. Anybody else have grandchildren? PNC, don't you? I think you have. Don't you have a grandchild? So Carol has 7. Granny B. 25 to. You have 2 at 25, 24, 22, 23, 21. And Crystal has 2. Blended family. I have 7 grandchildren, and my oldest is single, and my youngest daughter is single. Just like your oldest son is single, and your youngest daughter is single. We'll have to keep praying for amazing mates. I don't know if those were the ages. Okay. 25 to 25 or 24, 22. Wow. 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 And yes, I look after them all. I have our 20-month-old sleeping here tonight. Oh, ours are 11 months, 20 months, 2 at 5. Let's see here. 11 months. I'm trying to my bifocals here. 11 months, 20 months, 2 at 5 with 3 weeks between them, and 6 and 8. Wow, you are busy. And a first grandbaby on the way. Oh, congratulations. Well, enjoy your grandchildren. How fun. Wow. You have your hands full. Carol, you sound like back when I had my boys. We had a blended family. So my mom had 3, my stepdad had 4, and they had 1 together. My stepdad was 11 years older than my mom, so my step siblings are older. And since my stepdad died, they kind of not in contact anymore. But we were kind of like that. One would have one, another, and it was so fun. Wow. Oh, my grandchildren that live in southern Minnesota, at times they used to come here, or I used to go there. A couple times they would come here, like once a month. But since I don't have a car, and then we've been watching this little guy, we haven't been doing that for the last few months. But that's been fun, is to, if any of you want to, I'm going to, I guess, just put a little plug, I guess. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I'm going to I'll put a link here. My daughter-in-law, I don't know if anybody wants to encourage another gal on her journey. My daughter-in-law is trying to just, she's doing a little DIY channel, and she's really nervous and kind of stuff like that. So I guess that just came to me. If anybody wants to just kind of be that little spur her on and encourage her, she could really use that. I'll have my daughter link it. So that's been, oh, she did it. See, she's that quick. Mike has laughed at me because I can't do this, and I don't have a computer, so it's me doing voice to text, and I realized I have to be really careful. We have 3 sons, and we had many of their friends live with us over the years, probably 5. So there's always been many in our house. Oh, bless you, Carol. That will be cool. I'll go sub her. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, she could use that. The one that did that, Windfarmer Woods, that's my little granddaughter that if on the videos that will we were making cheese. She's the little granddaughter that was making cheese with me. So they love that. I love to see how you all have, have little or have grandchildren and just how your homes are being used to open. Now, I didn't grow up that way. We couldn't have friends over really. And so it was just, I don't know if it was just I was busy with everything or what, but I had one sleepover, but yeah, pretty much I didn't grow up with that. So with my children, I did. They had friends over coming and going and stuff like that. Yeah. We have a family at church that actually, my daughter has a hard time now because she can't do the cow's milk, but they give us all our raw milk free. And so it's been fun. And then I make things, yogurt, trying to make cheese and different things like that. And then I'll bring it back to the farmer and bless him with goodies out of his milk. And I think Katie She Moved Mountains has some videos on different things she was baking or something, I think, out of some of it. Same here, which is probably why we haven't opened. My home was Garand Central. M&M yogurt. Yeah. Have you ever tried making yogurt? It's really easy. Again, when I first saw it, it was from Bandana Grandma. She showed how to do it in, it's really easy. I don't know if she's going to hear me because she's in the other room. So I saw how to do it through Bandana Grandma, and she has a channel. And it's just do you have a slow cooker? Make kefir with powder. Oh, is it starter for the kefir? Okay. The yogurt, if you want to do it, you can do it with raw milk. When I get raw milk, I'll skim the cream off, and then I use, the rest of it for yogurt. But you can do it with butter. Yes, I love her mittens. But that's where I learned how to do Granby yogurt. So it's pretty much just putting the milk in your slow cooker, turning it on low, plugging it in, and let it go for 2.5 hours. After that, unplug it, don't lift the cover, and let that be like that for 3 hours. Then you take a cup of plain yogurt. You don't want fruit. And you stir that in there, wrap a towel around it, and leave it. Leave it till morning or leave it all day. And then you can eat it that way, or if you want like a Greek yogurt, I'll line my strainer with coffee filters and strain it through there, and then you get the whey, and then you'll have your thick yogurt. It's so easy, and it's so yummy, so good. It's so easy. Yes, Crystal, it's so easy. It is just, yeah. So that's when we get the raw milk. We were having a challenge one day where it was like, okay, what can we do with all of this? You have the milk, so then we separated it and used the milk and made yogurt. We made yogurt, cheese, cream cheese. Well, we made yogurt, farmer's cheese, cream cheese. We took the cream and made butter, and I kept the whey. And then out of the cream, I think it was a cream. I can't remember what She Moved Mountains. Then she took parts of it. I think she took the cream, and then she made different goodies. Like she made a pound cake, a cream pound cake, got all this stuff. And then it was so nice because we just we tasted it, but then we just kind of sent it all over to the farmer, and they loved it. They loved it because they live in their house is really old. It's kind of with the stones, for the cellar and stuff, and they don't have a working oven right now. And so, yeah, it's been really fun to do that. Yeah. The butter. Does anybody make butter before I forget? That, when I've tried it with cold cream and I've tried it with room temperature. It doesn't go as fast as they, hi, Double P. I was going to get off my chatting here. I can't get the butter to form as fast as they say it is. We had so much fun. We had so much milk that we made a lot of pudding. Well, Granny B, I sent it to the farmer. I could make ice cream, except my daughter can't do cow's dairy. We have to do everything goat's milk with her. So when she was able to do the milk, oh yeah, it's so nice because we can go there. The 1 week she came back with 5 gallons of raw milk, and it was really fun. See, that stuff I can kind of do. Making the farmer's cheese is so easy. I didn't realize that was so easy. If we had an overflowing of goat milk. Yeah. That's why we have to find that place that we can get the goats. Yes. I can pretty much to this farmer, Granny B. They're so kind. Yeah, pretty much anything we want of milk-wise, we could go get. But my son that lives here doesn't drink a lot of milk. I think the older my kids have gotten, the boys have had a little bit of lactose, I think, intolerance. So it's like nobody drinks it, to really it. And my grandchildren, they don't drink raw milk. So, hi, Duncan. Hello. So you'll have to watch the rewind of yeah. And he's a dairy farmer, just a small dairy farmer. So, but I think he's got 20 cows. So, yeah, she moved mountains, said that's where she's gotten her taste of farm life. Is she's gotten there one day and she baled hay with the farmer all by herself. She did a whole entire wagon. I was amazed. So 29 cows. So yeah, the farmer has asked me to make more cream cheese, and I've got to figure out how to make mozzarella cheese. Anybody done that one? I haven't done that. So he likes cheeses. So the farmer has, it's 20 cows. So I think it's 20, yeah. It's been challenging for them in this cold because their water line froze, and then they had to haul water for the cows from the house to the barn. So Roots and Refuge channel has a really good video about making mozzarella. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that. Yeah. It's really fun. I mean, I'm thankful for the internet. I mean, imagine, back in the day when you didn't have it, there's just so much. Plus, on each of your channels, I can Google, how do I do this? Or what does this look like? Or how do I do this? Or different things. Yeah, it's been tough. It's been really tough. At least this year the farmer, last year, their pellet stove went out. And so what they were heating with was really, this is a little electric thing. And the wiring in the farmhouse is so old, they can't just use a lot of modern things. So they do things pretty basic. I mean, they're like a lot of the homesteading channels in a lot of ways. They do things pretty basic. And, but now they got a new pellet stove. And so that's been really fun. But yeah, it's a really blessed family. It's kind of a small world because as I said, we were on this journey of going to different churches. So our church, when we go, is, on Sundays, is 20 miles away. And it's actually the church I went to when I grew up out in the country. And this farmer, I actually went to school with his sister. She was in all my classes. And so it's been kind of that feels home to me. That's, when I go there, kind of feels, that's home compared to, so. But has anybody else made cheese or done anything? Does anybody do kombucha? She moved mountains. My daughter does kombucha. Oh my. She makes some amazing kombucha, different flavors. Last year, which takes fresh fruit and mixes different ones and makes different blends and flavors and carbonate, lets it do the first ferment and the second ferment. And she did kombucha coffee and stuff. But yeah, she's done so much with that. She actually had so many scobies, we had to kind of get rid of some. We were overflowing with scobies. So she's got a cheese video I want to try. Okay, thank you. Yes, I want to try too. Well, we'll have to keep tabs, Crystal, on if you find a tip that makes it work or whatever, see if we can make it work. So Duncan, how are you today? What have you been up to? Kombucha coffee? Yes. I didn't care for it quite so much. Some of her other flavors she did, where she did strawberry lemonade, where it was fresh strawberries and lemon pieces, and she had pineapple, all different kinds that way. But the coffee was different, but yes. Yeah, it was different. I don't know. Not me. I like kombucha. I just don't like kombucha coffee. Katie can do a video or have you on the kombucha coffee. Katie can do it. Okay, we will do a kombucha coffee. We'll do one. I'll have her do one. We'll see. Oh, yes. Finally, I've been trying to bug her to get it going because we haven't had any kombucha for a while. Oh. Yes. She makes amazing kombucha. And she has an overabundance of kefir milk. Now, I've not tried that. Yes, I've tried store-bought. But kefir milk is so good for you. I bet that would be better for me than doing any regular dairy. Last year, I was brewing 6 gallons. Oh, okay, yes. It was everywhere, the kombucha. I need to try kefir. There's a family at church that does kefir. And she told me, Duncan, is this correct? She told me if I bring a jar, she would give me kefir. Is it grains? Does that sound right? Does it start with kefir grain? Is it hard to make kefir? Yes, Granny B, she was doing 6 gallons. So the kefir grains. Duncan, do you have a video or anything on kefir? Or does anybody... I'm sure there's people out there. I guess I was asking if any of you that... I never made it myself, but I know it is made with grains. Okay. She told me, it was actually our old worship leader's wife that she told me. So I have to check with her and get the grains and try it. Maybe I'll try that and do a video on it and see how we do it. Because I know I've got to start doing something different than what I am. You can buy the grains on Amazon. Okay. For you, those of you that can, this is a question. So we've been doing, like I was saying earlier, we did a whole bunch of the last couple of days. I found a really good deal on organic strawberries. And so we did strawberry jam. My son likes that for gifts. He said, Mom, just give me, goods you make. You can buy the grains on there. Get it at a health food store. Just pour it in the milk. Really? So it's not that hard. I mean, it's not that hard to do. What's the difference between kombucha and kefir? Kombucha is made with tea. It's fermented tea. And kefir, Duncan, Granny B, what? Okay. What's, those of you that can decipher what's kefir? Now, and my question is too, with your kefir, do you just drink it or do you put it in things that you cook? I don't know anything about, I don't know much about it other than I need to do it. Tastes a lot like yogurt. Oh, okay. So it would be, just drink it. Okay. Are they used for particular health purposes? Carol, I know kefir is. I can't answer how all the health. Duncan would know, I bet. Is it Brenda on? Or Granny B would know. I drink it and I made a video using strawberry kefir in a cake. Okay. Okay, so you can, okay. I will check that. Okay, kefir. I'm going to have to try that. I bet kefir would, I'm wondering if kefir wouldn't help us with our aches and pains, thus battling fibromyalgia and all that stuff. I bet you would help with our arthritic stuff because it would, I pretend to be drunk on strawberry. I pretend. Granny B said, Katie's by me now. She says, I pretended to be drunk on strawberry wine. We'll have to look into both things. Come on. Yeah, we were part of an inner city church, and they had a health co-op there, and that's how we started hearing about kombucha a couple of years ago. So that's what started our journey. Summer wine cake. Cherries, strawberries, and an angel kiss in spring. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All my favorites. So. Duncan, isn't it Duncan that does kombucha? No, they do kefir. They don't do, okay, I thought they did. But I'm going to try kefir. So, still the question, what's used for particular health purposes? Strawberry cake is my favorite. I love strawberries. But I love cherries. Strawberry cake. You know what my grandma used to take was an angel food cake, like in the, the kind of cake that had the hole in the middle, and she'd slice it this way, and she would take strawberries, and she probably used some kind of whipping cream or something, and she'd frost it in there, then put the 2 layers together, and then frost the whole thing. But it was all strawberry. Kefir is full of good bacteria, much like yogurt. Okay. Can you, so you be able to do kefir with raw milk? I'm going to give it a try. I'm learning. This is so good. We're encouraging us all. I don't see one. Oh, okay. Okay. We're all challenging each other to try something new. Yes, or pasteurize. Okay. Okay. Well, I was just wondering because I thought, being I can get the milk free from my friend, and it's already got the goodness of the raw milk, I might as well try that first. Raw or pasteurized. Wow. I'm going to try it, even though, have you ever heard, I know this is where I get a lot of static from some of my family. The saying of, we don't need milk once we hit 7 years old, like you only need milk up until you're 7 as a baby. Like after that, we're not supposed to, that's kind of this. So as I try to make fun things, that's kind of I have to fight different people that will not fight, but push on. Not going to stop my fun. I love all you guys. I love your channels. I love how, so not a few months ago, we finally gave up the bill of cable that was killing me financially. And we weren't watching it anyways. And I love you. I love YouTube. I love gaining wisdom and doing different things. So Duncan, I don't know if you were on when I heard that we were going to, my daughter and I wanted to do raised beds and containers for a garden, but I wasn't sure how we were going to do it because physically, I can't always do all this stuff anymore. And one of my young mom friends that I kind of helped was on here, and she offered her husband that is going to be able to help us. So I'm really excited for that. So hopefully reality is really going to happen. So, but I suppose we should go. The baby's now in here and it's going to get noisy. So how about if I say, I get raw milk from the Amish here. So that is pretty much all I use. Okay. I love the Amish areas. When we had relatives that we used to go visit in Wisconsin and drive through the different areas and be able to stop. I miss that. So.
No.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye, I think. The baby's here and he's getting to a point where he wants me. I kind of try to help her when I can. So that's where I guess I'm going to. $2 a gallon. Really? That is amazing. The farmer we get it from, he charges $4 a gallon. But I get it free. Bye, Granny B. Bye, Carol. Wow, $2 a gallon. You get an amazing deal. That's amazing. That's an amazing price. So bye, Double P. And I'm going to pause for a moment. Do you mind if I pause and just pray for all of us? I'm going to pray for a moment. Dear Lord Jesus, I just thank you for my friends here, Lord. I thank you for all of our lives, Lord. I thank you for friendship. I thank you for community, Lord. I thank you for the many blessings that you give each one of us. Lord, I ask that Lord, that you might release your healing, Lord, upon each one of us, Lord, that you would heal bodies, Lord, that the diseases and the ailments that we suffer, Lord, that we might find healing, Lord. I pray that you give us strength, Lord. I pray that you give us clarity, Lord, and wisdom, Lord. Give us direction, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for our families. Thank you for grandchildren. Thank you for children, Lord. Thank you for friendship, Lord. Thank you. I thank you for my friends here, Lord. I thank you, Lord, that they came on, Lord, as I took this step of faith and to share something that in a way that, Lord, I just hope came across okay, Lord. And that I just thank you, Lord, how I'm learning from each one of them, Lord. And that just how I thank you for friendship, even though we may be hundreds or thousands of miles away from each other, Lord, but we're still friends. And there's that community. And Lord, wouldn't it be amazing if somehow, some way, we actually get to connect and meet each other? So Lord, I pray that if that's supposed to be possible, Lord, help that to happen. But bless each one with health and safety, Lord, and good night's rest, Lord, and safe traveling, and to be warm where it's cold and to be cool where it's hot, Lord. But we thank you for everything. In your precious name, amen. Amen. So bye, everybody. Take care. Till next time, be blessed. Love you all. Amen. I love my Amish neighbors. I have learned a lot from them. I'm sure they're just a wealth of wisdom. Just a wealth of wisdom. So, wow. I love their craftsmanship of things is beautiful, beautiful between their things that they sew and different things. So, well, take care, everybody. Till next time. Hugs and much love to you all. Bye-bye.